Hey guys, it's me. I'm back, your favorite friendly neighborhood goth girl. How you doing? Yeah, right? I've been scrolling through TikTok a little bit and it doesn't look like everybody's alright. Honestly, it kind of seems like everybody's going a little bit nuts, especially a small amount of people from a specific group. Now, I have absolutely no issue with anybody eating what they want to eat. I have no problem with it. But I also tend to have an issue with people having a problem with what other people eat. Now, I understand being concerned about other people's health and such, but when you're just trying to shove your nose into other people's dietary habits, it's kind of over the top. Now, personally, I actually don't have no problem with veganism. I think that it's pretty cool. Actually, my boss is a vegan, and she's a very sweet lady, and she typically doesn't really care what other people eat. But I have also been on TikTok, and I have no idea why, but I've been coming across a lot of people on TikTok that kind of sound a little bit off when they talk about veganism. So, yeah. Now, I'm not going to state my actual opinion on certain things that have to do with veganism in certain areas, just because, yeah, I'm not going to state my opinion until the end of this video, except for when it comes to what these people are saying. Because, especially this first one, it's actually insane. Like, it's actually insane. So, yeah, check this out. I said play.
Vegans are better than God.
Really?
We are passionate, we are kinder, we are smarter. We're protecting the planet, the animals, and your health.
No, you're not.
Tell me why. Don't just spam some stupid meat emoji.
Okay. So, I am sorry, Miss, that vegan teacher. You are an idiot. I don't like you. I don't want anything to do with you. Anybody who says that anybody or anything is better than God, seriously, you're gonna go around saying that. So, that vegan teacher is definitely an extreme example, but I have to say, she is the best example of all of these crazy people. Nobody who is in any way, shape, or form remotely sane actually thinks that anyone or anything is better than God, especially you, yourself, as a person, just because you don't eat meat. I'm sorry, but bite me. Take my pork chop at your own risk. Okay? Just saying. That freaking vegan teacher. She needs to be stopped. That vegan teacher actually does need to be stopped. That woman is a little bit nutso. Okay? Like, it's not even funny how insane that lady is. Yeah. So, next.
So many people ask vegans, why do you do it? Don't you miss meat? Isn't it too hard? And the answer is always no. Not only are you actively saving the lives of animals, but you get to enjoy all the delicious alternatives for foods you loved before, meaning you can eat everything you want without any cruelty involved. So the question really is, why not?
Okay, I love how they say that it's more environmentally friendly when it's actually a lot less environmentally friendly, especially if you live in places like Canada. First example, anywhere that's, like, extremely icy, if, like, grocery stores. Okay. You can't grow your own food sustainably in certain areas. They're going to be flying everything from across borders and all over the place. No. And you know what? A lot of those animals are a lot happier the way that they're being raised at the moment. I'm not talking about the meat industry specifically, but like, not everybody who eats meat, especially if you like raise your own farm animals, not everybody who eats meat is treating their farm animals the way that the meat industry does. I'm sorry, but they don't. And some people literally just eat hunted meat rather than... So they had a pretty good life, and it's actually kind of disrespectful to take care of... we're not gonna... Honestly, I can't... You're being very disrespectful to everybody who has any kind of dietary differences, is all I'm gonna say. Like, and I understand, it isn't that difficult to be vegan if you can bring yourself to, like, handle the taste of the food, because I'm gonna be completely honest, most vegan food is freaking disgusting. It's gross. I'm allergic to milk, and if I want cheese, I have to have the vegan cheese or goat's cheese. And I'm gonna be totally honest, I'm gonna take the goat's cheese every single time because the vegan's cheese tastes disgusting. It tastes like fermented ass. Anyway. Oh, I like this.
I've been vegan for 3
years,
but I eat eggs for breakfast every morning to get my protein. The key is that you buy organic, because organic means that the chickens were fed a vegan diet. So since the chickens were fed a vegan diet, that means...
I wish I didn't agree with this. Alright, this is the Dad Bod Veteran. Shout out Dad Bod Veteran.
Well, the fact that she's completely out of line with the rest of the vegans in the world, and I should somehow be upset about that. Her wrongness is making her right, in my eyes at least. Because I've been saying this for ages. If you feed the animal grass, doesn't that make them a vegan animal? Like the chickens. All they eat is the grasses. Therefore they're vegan. Same thing
Yep.
with the cattle.
Yep.
They eat vegan beef all the time. None of the rest of
Me too, man. Me too. I love vegan beef. Vegan chickens.
odds with
They're great.
accepting this. Because it's both wrong and it's completely right.
Yes!
The point that you've actually made me confused about how I feel when a vegan says that eating chicken is still vegan. I believe my head's going to explode.
So, I love this guy. He's actually really awesome. He makes some funny content. And for some reason, he almost always has a point every time he says something. I love that. Next one. Oh my gosh. What's the next one that's on the...
have animal skin on my body. It made me disgusted.
It's amusing that you're saying animal skin and not leather.
And that's what it is. See, we like to use euphemisms, which is why these atrocities take place. So we always want to say leather when it's cow skin. And we want to say, even the term bacon. Well, what's bacon? You mean pig flesh? So once you start thinking about what we're wearing...
I'm pretty sure that has nothing to do with us trying to make it sound better. That's just us differentiating the parts of the animal or differentiating things from other things. Once it has been tanned and dried, it is no longer skin, it is leather. Because it has gone through a process from becoming the soft, flimsy skin to becoming the nice, tough leather that keeps you nice and warm. This guy's an idiot already. Let's finish hearing what he has to say, even though it's probably a waste of time.
People will make a choice towards veganism. It makes no sense, because if you... Let's put it this way. I like to explain how this is the biggest Holocaust that has ever existed. People get upset at those terms.
I have to tell you that I am upset about hearing like Holocaust, comparing the Holocaust to like every single person that's heard your lectures, and to hear this Holocaust.
I'm not upset, I'm just annoyed by it.
It's a little bit,
Let me
and you
explain.
know what, and I'm not even Jewish, but it's hurtful.
Well, let me explain how
She's
this
the logical
Holocaust
one.
actually
This
works.
guy's
I'm
like...
offended that we compare human Holocaust to the animal
Oh
Holocaust,
my
which
God.
is the biggest Holocaust in the history of humankind. If you went
Idiot
to the nearest
stick.
cow or chicken slaughterhouse and removed replace them with Jews, you have now recreated Auschwitz. There's no difference. You have a building that exists to dismantle, to torment, to torture, and murder innocent beings. Let's play a time game. A time warp game. Let's go back 60, 70 years. You go back to Auschwitz, or you go back to Birkenau, you remove the Jews and replace them with cows.
If we were to do that, buddy, I'm pretty sure that you would be one of the people in there, because nobody would be able to handle you. As soon as the troops, like, walked up to your ass, they would just be like, oh, this guy's completely insufferable. Into the gas chamber. Sorry, that was a terrible joke. I shouldn't crack jokes about that.
Some animals, almost 75% of animals on this planet are herbivores.
But it's part of our circle of life.
No, it's the circle of torture and death.
When you see,
Dude, do you understand that most, like, the circle of torture?
And I noticed that you have a cell phone and
Idiot.
you have a computer. It is unfair to pick one thing that lions do that you want to mimic when you don't want to mimic anything else they do.
Oh my
when lions
gosh.
walk up and greet each other, they sniff each other's ass. When I came in this room, you did not kneel down and sniff my ass. Okay? Lions sometimes...
That's because nobody wants to smell your shit, bro.
If a human being killed their baby because they didn't want him, we arrest them and charge them with murder. Could you go to a courtroom and say, hey, but Your Honor, lions kill their babies, can't I? It's an unfair... It's an unfair
You're an
comparison.
idiot.
You're not a lion. And just
This
so you know,
guy's an
lions are
idiot.
carnivores. Humans are not.
Why is he talking to anybody on the news? This guy's a freaking moron. He needs to be locked up. Why did they let all of the crazy people out of the wards during COVID? Like,
I just couldn't have animals
oh yeah.
in my body. It made me
Did you
disgusted.
guys... Oh, and so... did you guys know that they let everybody who wasn't deemed, like, a danger to society out of the mental wards during COVID? Yeah, anybody who wasn't, like, an immediate danger to society, they were, like, terrified that everybody was gonna get COVID, so they did, like, yeah, this weird mass release thing. And ever since then, I have been seeing such a rise in insane people just being in the public eye and all over the news and stuff. It's actually kind of crazy. But anyways, this guy's an absolute moron. Literally trying to say, oh, human beings are supposed to be herbivores. No. No, buddy. The entire history of human beings, first we were monkeys, then we became Homo erectus, and we started eating meat. We started eating meat and vegetables. Human beings have always been omnivores, because guess what? Monkeys also eat a type of meat. They eat bugs. Monkeys are constantly eating bugs and stuff off of each other. Monkeys be gross. Okay? And at one point, during the evolutionary period, we were monkeys. Monkeys eat meat. Humans eat meat. There's so many creatures in the animal kingdom that naturally eat meat. It is quite literally a part of the circle of life. And yes, human beings have somehow managed to, for the most part, escape the circle of life. And the eating chain, the food chain. We've somehow figured out to mostly escape the food chain, which is kind of freaky because it's messed up. It really is. We shouldn't be escaping any more than anyone else can. But the fact of the matter is that if we start honestly, no, this guy's just, we can't, I don't like him. He's actually got me flustered because I hate this guy so much. He actually made me hate him just by speaking. I don't know how that's even possible because I'm such a nice person. I can't say that. I literally can't say that. I just choked on my own words. I'm not nice. I am not a nice person. But I do think that for the most part, I am a reasonable and kind person. Until somebody pisses me off, then I become completely not nice. But this guy's a moron. He actually made me hate him just by speaking. I'm wishing some awful people into his life, honestly. Oh god, he needs some people around him that are gonna show him that he's not as much of a he's not as correct as he thinks he is. He's an idiot. Okay, this one. Vegan influencer dies of starvation.
Has died of starvation at age 39.
Oh my gosh.
Attracted millions of views after sharing her controversial diet online.
This is terrifying.
Completely raw vegan diet for the last 4 years
consuming just fruits, sunflower seeds, sprouts, fruit smoothies and juices. The 39-year-old shared a chilling message on Instagram just days before she allegedly died of starvation. She shared this caption over a photo of herself. Life is meaningless but worth living, provided you recognize it's meaningless.
Wow. What a sin. This woman literally died for her diet. That is putting a whole new meaning to the word diet. Like, oh my god. Ah, that's scary. What? And yet y'all are over here, like, trying to convince everybody to become a vegan. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, so being a vegan can be fairly healthy if you actually eat properly, but if you eat like this woman here did, and like eat nothing but a raw diet with like just fruit, you're gonna die. You are going to starve to death, because there are a lot of different proteins and different vitamins and such that you fully do need, that you can't get from just fruit. You need vitamins, you need minerals, you need iron, you need so many different things in your diet that you are not going to get from just fruit. And in order to have a lot of those different things in your diet, you need to be able to get them at the grocery store, or you need to be able... I'm going to get into my thoughts on grocery stores here in a little while, but hey guys, tell me down in the comments what you think of any of this, because I actually do want to hear a conversation about this. Are you vegan? If you are vegan, tell me why you're a vegan. Does it have anything to do with all of this stuff? Because... or is it just simply for your health, or does it have more to do with like an environmental thing? What area do you live in? Are you able to sustain being a vegan with food that you have grown yourself? This is a good question, because I actually want to know. There's certain areas of Canada that if you were to try to sustainably live as a vegan without going to a grocery store, you would literally die of starvation almost within a year. Yeah, mostly because there's no possible frickin' way to grow most of the things that you need in order to sustain a healthy vegan diet in certain areas. Which is a part of the big reason why a lot of people have always eaten meat in certain areas, because they needed meat and, you know, do. This one.
Do you know what the number one benefit of going vegan is?
No.
Do you want to take a guess?
It would just be health, right?
Not so much, because again, like veganism extends beyond that. It is an ethical
That's all
view.
I know.
Okay.
Oh yeah, okay.
No worries. Would you like me to tell you
Yeah, I
the
would
number
love
one?
you to tell me.
Okay, because you said that you're against animal abuse. You're no longer a hypocrite. Do you accept that?
No, not
No?
yet. Not yet. I need
You
to
don't
be
think
rich
you
first.
don't think it's hypocritical though, or
Yeah,
would you
it
agree?
Is.
Yeah.
It is. It's very
Yeah?
hypocritical when I'm eating meat and
Being against it. Yeah.
being against it.
Do you know what the number one
Bruh.
benefit of going vegan is?
Bruh. He trying to smash. I'm sorry, but he really is. Like, this girl knows exactly what she's doing. She is going up to the thirstiest looking men, knowing for a fact that, okay, this girl's at least a 9.5 between a 9.5 and an 11 looks wise. Her mind is probably like, her mind and personality, judging by what she's doing right now, most likely makes her less than a 3. But this guy don't care. He just sees them legs though, and so he's just looking at that like, I'm gonna say whatever I want so that I can get that, so that I can have that aftermath clarity, like. And then he's just gonna run for his life because he just realized, oh shit, what I get myself into. Yeah. She gonna put him on OnlyFans. That's what's gonna happen there. Yeah, he trying to smash. That just nasty. But what she's doing is she's literally like going around looking for the thirstiest guys so that she could try to be like, oh, well, don't you think that you're a hypocrite if you don't eat meat? If you eat meat, like, don't you think that you should be a vegan? Aren't you against animal abuse? Like trying to flirt. She being gross. She being nasty. But that's what OnlyFans girls do, and that's exactly what she is. That's Tash Peterson. She is known as @VeganBooty on the OnlyFans page. She's kinda... You guys check that out for yourselves, because I don't even want to do a deep dive into that. That woman is nutty. No pun intended, but kind of pun intended, because you know the bitch only drinks nut milk. Oh my, nuttin' tastes better. Oh my god, I'm gonna be quiet. Oh, the next one.
Eat
Just
that.
gonna, okay.
No, you're not allowed to eat meat. It's bad for the environment. I'm gonna take it from you.
No, it's better for him to eat meat. It's better for the environment for him to eat meat than it is for you to be a vegan, especially if you're in Canada, because then they have to bring all of your food and your tofu and shit all the way up to Canada on a plane.
No, you're not allowed to eat meat. It's bad for
Crazy bitch. You can't just run around in the grocery store. Like, okay, give me 1 second, guys. Okay, do you see this? Like, this crazy bitch just run around the grocery store trying to steal other people's food out of their cart, acting like a nuisance. Like, no, I'm gonna steal your food out of your cart, run away with it, go put it back. Like, what difference does she actually think that this is gonna make? Because the only thing that's gonna happen if she keeps doing that is people are just gonna go back and get another one. Or you're going to put that in the wrong spot in the grocery store. It's going to rot on the shelf. Literally, all that's happening when you're doing that is you're causing another chicken to die. Every time you go and try to steal meat from somebody who eats meat, you're just causing another animal to die. It's your fault when the next one gets slaughtered. Just saying. Every single time a vegan acts like this, and they go and they try to steal stuff out of other people's carts, you are causing the next animal death. Because you took that animal eater's food. It's your fault that the next animal dies. You're the one who is abusing them. Keep that in mind, baby. Keep that in mind. I'm sorry. Like I say, I have no problem with veganism, but at the same time, I have a problem with them acting insane about it. Next one. Oh, this is her again. Why she always got her ass hanging out? Why does she always have her butt hanging out in these videos? Like, there's... Oh, right. It's because she's promoting the OnlyFans. She's...
Do you realize that you're an animal too?
Okay,
Is it okay?
let's...
Because animals are equivalent to machines.
Do you realize that you're an
Are they
animal
though?
too?
Well, no, human beings are the highest of all creation.
Right. Do you
Okay, so...
Yeah, I do. That's why I'm vegan, because I think that anyone who has a brain and central nervous system shouldn't have their throat slit just
I
because
feel
they
like
want
this
to
is
eat their
the-
bodies or their milk.
You want to know what's unique about the human brain? It has a larger area for language processing. And as
I think this is the first one of her videos that I've watched that I didn't, like,
But
think
does
the
that
other person
justify
was...
slitting someone's throat
You know what
to
I-
eat their bodies?
You know?
Okay,
Is it
she
okay?
is being extreme about this, but for once, I do actually kind of agree with her.
Do you
Like, human beings are animals too. We are a part of the animal kingdom. This guy's an idiot thinking that humans are the highest of all creation and that animals are equals to machines. No. I still think that animals need to have a good life. I think that they need to be treated properly. You should never be mean to any animal for no reason because they can't communicate. Like, they're completely innocent. They're just doing what animals do. But so are we. And at the end of the day, like, we should also have a very strong differentiation between what animals are pets and what animals are food. Like, I hate to say this, but I grew up on when I was a kid, we called it in my area a mobile farm, which is a small-sized livestock farm that moves from small area to small area. Now, we ate our chickens. We ate our rabbits. We didn't eat the horses because they weren't, like, they're just there. They're there for us to help, like, they're fertilizer. Well, they're not. The horses aren't fertilizer. Their poop is fertilizer. They're show horses. I actually don't have anything to do with them anymore, but I actually don't have anything to do with my family anymore. That's a whole other story. Let me know if you want to hear that story. That's kind of insane and long, and I don't really want to get into it, but I will get into it if you guys want me to. Yeah. There's... 'Cause, the fact of the matter is that there are animals in the animal kingdom that are going to attack us and eat us if they have a chance. Like, there's no reason to... Oh god, this one again. This bitch. We're ending this on a terrible note.
You know those people. Reason number 4. Why vegans are better than
Oy.
You know those people who died that you loved? If vegans were in charge, they would still be alive right now. If vegans were in charge, we would work from our heart. We would try to cause the least amount of suffering to animals, to the planet, and also to you and those you love. If vegans were in charge, we would have made sure
Vegans are not better than God. And I'm sorry to say, but if vegans were in charge, everybody who wasn't vegan would be dead anyway. I'm sorry, but if this woman was in charge, she would have most of us put to death. This woman has literally voiced the fact that she has sympathy for Hitler. So I have absolutely no, this woman has literally voiced the fact that she has sympathy for Hitler because it's apparently documented that Hitler was vegan. Hitler still caused a huge... No, we're not playing this game, lady. You are nuts. You are nuts. End of story. So yeah, there are a lot of things about veganism that I do agree with, and I have absolutely no problem with it, and it is actually a very healthier lifestyle. However, I don't like their food. I like the food that I eat, because human beings crave fat. I crave fat. I need fat in my diet. I need protein in my diet. I need iron in my diet, because I am a weak little baby bitch. Okay? I got muscles. I'm strong, but at the end of the day, I'm still a weak little baby bitch. I have so many allergies and shit. Like, the only thing that my body is actually able to digest is meat and potatoes, okay? I need meat. I need to eat meat in order to live. I am what is known as a carnivorous human, okay? And it's not because I don't want to eat vegetables. I love vegetables and fruits. Fact of the matter is, my body can't handle them. Anyway, personally, my ideals about all of this is, I don't think that grocery stores should have ever been a thing to begin with, to be completely honest. I think that the economy and the government should stay the hell out of everything that we eat. I think that everybody should stay the hell out of everything that everybody else eats, as a matter of fact. And once again, grocery stores, we should just close all of the grocery stores. That would actually take care of a lot of different things that would cause all of the meat industries to have to sell all of their animals, like, to a bunch of different people who are able to afford to get them so that they can have them for their farm. I don't think that eating meat should be put to a stop altogether, because, like I said, there are certain areas where, like, if I was to run for Congress, and I already know that I would never get elected into Congress simply based on the fact that I'm kind of a crazy bitch, if I were to ever run for Congress, the first thing that I would do, if I did get elected, which is an extremely long shot, because let's just be honest here, that ain't never gonna happen, I would mandate that everybody in Canada actually has to start their own garden and build a small barn so that they can get livestock, have all of the meat farms closed down other than, like, I just make sure that everybody has their own space to have personal farming. Like, you have to grow enough food every single year, meat and vegetables and whatever else that you're going to need to survive every single year. If you can't grow enough, then y'all can trade between each other. See what I mean? It'll make food a lot cheaper, because guess what? You just have to work for it. You have to raise it yourself. You have to grow it yourself. Okay? So, first thing that I would do is close down all of the grocery stores and mandate that everybody in Canada starts their own vegetable garden, and if they eat meat, that they have to get their own livestock, specifically because there's not going to be a grocery store soon. Gonna give it about a year before I have them all closed, but yeah, they're all going to close. if I go into office. Because I want everybody to have to grow their own food. Everybody in Canada should have no choice but to grow their own food. If you are not able to grow certain types of food in the certain climate that you are living in, then guess what? You can't fudge and eat it. If somebody else is able to grow something and you're not, and you're able to grow something and they're not, guess what? You guys can trade, but y'all have to be in the same area, because I'm not going to let all kinds of planes full of food come in when we actually have the ability and the sustainability to be able to grow stuff here. If the whole world was to stop shipping everything all over the place, it would be so much easier on the environment. And I hate to say this, like, because I am seriously thinking globally. The factories, the shipping, everything else that goes on all of the time. Like, if we were to stop that with food specifically, it would be so much easier on the environment, because guess what? We'd all have to grow it ourselves. It would put more oxygen and stuff into the atmosphere. It would take away some of the carbon, possibly actually lower the temperature a bit, because guess what? It'd be hot as hell up in here. I'm in Canada. Why the hell am I sweating to death? It ain't right. Okay? It never got this hot here before. Oh, like, just saying. Either that or I'm just adulting and complaining about the heat. But anyway. Where was I? I can't even remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, grocery stores. The fact of the matter is that grocery stores have actually made a lot of people overly sensitive about where their food comes from. Like, I'm sorry, but they really have. When, like, multiple years ago, when people were, like, allowed to have farms, whenever, like, they were allowed to have their own meat and stuff like that, and it didn't really matter. There were butcher shops all over the place. Everybody, like, there was livestock everywhere. Everyone knew where their food came from. Everybody knew how their food was treated. Everybody knew what was going on. People who hunt, their kids know where their food comes from. We don't know, like, people nowadays, kids nowadays, they don't know where their food comes from. They literally think that it comes from a shelf. They don't know that it comes from the ground. They don't know that it's plucked off a tree. They don't know that it's plucked off a bush. They don't know that you have to slaughter a cow in order to get beef ribs. They don't understand. And we should actually be teaching them about this kind of thing so that they can make their own choices. And we should not be trying to pressure anybody else to eat the same way that we do based on our own emotions or feelings. We should let everyone else eat the way that they want to and not give a shit. End of story. But yeah, my verdict here is no. These people in this video are not okay. Yeah. I don't know why all of this stuff has been popping up on my page, or how come it's like trying to aggravate me, of all people, knowing that one of the only things I can digest is freaking beef jerky. But sure, cool beans, guys, cool beans. Anyways, I love y'all. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Mwah.